Earlier to us before we came on there, as a child growing up in Inchicore in 1872 or whatever, you went to the Oblet Hall and one of your favourite singers was performing. It was his the first time he retired from the business. He's back again at your special request. Sonny Knowles is on the line. Sonny, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joseph. How are you?
How are you keeping?
I'm ducking the bullets, as they say, you know.
How are you today?
I'm great. Pardon?
How are you today?
I'm good today. Every day is a new day. I'm told it's a slow process, but I'm doing a few little bits of gigs. And a fellow called Pat Egan is putting me here and hither, but not all over the place, and not every week. I'm doing great, and I'm delighted with life, and the health is coming back. And I'm 2 years away from the major surgery now, and I'm back in harness, as they say. Hopefully it'll keep going the same way.
Right. Now, Pete's a great admirer of yours, but you're a great admirer of Pete St. John.
Well, and I hope, and I always felt I was a great friend of Pete's. And I don't know if people remember this, but he also, at the end of my show bandy career, he wrote a song called The Wedding Song. Do you remember that, Pete?
I do very well, and it's in my files, and I'm waiting for you to do it again.
I thought you say you're waiting for him to pay you for it.
I'm going to come down and see you in the Regency Hotel over the next few days.
Well, please God, that's my next step out into the sunlight again, you know. So along with Tony Kenny and Joe Cuddy. So I'm looking forward to that.
And tell us about the wedding song.
Well, the wedding song, I was to do it. He wanted me to do it on telly, on Live at 3. But he'd only just written it, and he'd only given me the words. I said, Pete, just for safety, use your influence in RTE there and get me to get the idiot board, or the Egypt board, and I'll sing it off the Egypt board. So we did all that, and we rehearsed it during when the cameras were not moving. They were just stationary. And we ran through the whole rehearsal. Grand, lovely. But when the television show started, the cameras were in front of me.
And probably Derek Davis was in front of you as well.
Board. Well, I was ducking like Buck Jones and Ken Maynard up and down round them, trying to see the words. But luckily enough, I got to glance them every time a camera moved left or right. And that was a nightmare day for me.
And do you remember any of the words, Sonny?
Oh, no, I really couldn't. With the foot, I'm still full of morphine, for God's sake.
Pete, do you remember any of the words?
Well, fortunately, maybe I don't.
No.
Okay.
But no, it was a lovely recording. And Dickie Keating actually did the recording. We did it in Dick Keating's studio.
Yeah, Dick Keating had a little studio called the Cuckoo's Nest.
That's quite correct,
and we went up there and did it. And fortunately, another good friend of mine, Noel Smith of RTE fame, was very kind to us, and we did the song while all the beautiful models gave us a look at all the wedding wear. And thanks again, Sonny. It was a great day and a fond memory.
Well, I still do the rare old times, and I do ringsend rows.
Yes.
What I do with them, because of the amount of time that you're allowed on the floor, I put the two together, because there's a lovely chorus in each. And I get the audience to sing the choruses with me, you know.
Okay, we're going to do Sonny Stay There. We're going to do
Stay There, Sonny.
And you join in, Sonny.
Okay, I'll give it a blast.
And your check is in
Tony
the post.
Malone here, Sonny. How are you?
Oh, Tony, how are you, Sonny?
Good to hear you getting better too, Sonny.
I'm coming on great.
You prompted this, Sonny. Ringsend Rose. Tony Malone's going to lead and everyone else is going to join in.
Great.
In Irish town there lived a girl fairer than the rose I'm wearing, rose Donahue, all fresh and new, and I love her past, all caring. With the badger taken away now, there she goes. Sing it, Sonny. There she goes. My ringsend rose in God's garden, there's none rarer or fairer, whatever you like. Rarer, you do it. There she goes, my ringsend rose. You said a little rarer here. Dublin town has seen none rarer. Oh, yes, that's Tony. Sweet 17, my seamstress queen, She's no bigger than a thimble, soft satin skin, street Arab's grin. Sure, she makes the world look simple. And there she goes. Come on, lads, join in. My rings and rose in God's garden, there's none fairer.
Brenda Grace, join in.
There she goes. Come on, Cushy. My rings and rose, Dublin town has seen none rarer. Are you listening, Brandon? Sweet 17. No, 2 yards of lace. You ready? 2 yards of lace to walk with grace, and the golden ring she's asking to save and slow, but still I know that I love her past all caring. And there she goes, my rings and rose, in God's garden there's none fairer. And there she goes, my rings and rose, Dublin town has seen none rarer.
There you go. How about that?
Sonny and Brandy, you're not looking for a job as a backing group, are you?
In studio, Charlie McGettigan and Brian Furlong, Pete St. John, Jerry O'Connor, Tony
I've
Malone,
listened to it,
and
yeah.
Katie Nugent, and on the phone, Sonny Knowles, and Brenda Grace came in then.
Yeah, I heard that. It's absolutely lovely, and it's a lovely treat to get me toe in on it. To be totally honest.
Well, good.
How's your toe, Sonny?
Pardon? Which one now?
And did you say to yourself, Sonny, where would you
Brenda
get
Grace, you recorded Ringsend Rose as well, apparently.
I certainly did, Joe. How are you doing, Pete? And congratulations.
Thanks again, Brandon. This was really your song.
Do you know, I think, Pete, have the year right, was it 1979?
It was.
And Pete, you called me up, and we met. I remember we met in Marylebone Lane.
That's true.
Just in the two cars, and you handed me a manuscript, and you said, "This song is for you."
Brandon, why did you just meet in Marylebone Lane? We was barred from every pub in Dublin.
We didn't drink then.
You're only 12 and a half.
We didn't drink. We were driving anyway, so we couldn't.
Can I say something there? Can I put in?
Sonny, of course you can.
That record that Brendan is talking about, I was on vocal backings in those days here at Sidder and Yon, and I'm on that backing track.
You're on Ringsend Rose as well.
Rose, in the chorus.
This is going to cost you a fortune.
Yeah, so if you listen hard, Pete, I'm there.
Are you paying?
So you were...
I got my foot in the door again.
Ah, God bless you.
Now the reason, by the way, we met in Marylebone Lane is that was around the corner from where Brenda Grace was born in Exeter Street Flats.
That's right.
Am I right?
Yeah, up at the Liberties.
And the car you were in that day, Brenda, probably wasn't your own, was it?
It wasn't.
Squirrels.
I think the truth was that that's on the south side, and I don't think Brendan could afford to come across to the north side.
And Brendan, you recorded that. What do you want to say about Pete?
Well, the first thing I want to say is, first of all, Pete, when I do my shows at the Gaiety Theatre in Dublin, they're never, ever complete. In fact, Sonny did the last one with me, Sonny, you remember?
Yes, indeed, I do.
And a run at the Gaiety, for me, would never be the same unless Pete St. John. I always invite you, Pete, along. And Pete goes up to the director's box, and at the end of the show, I do the rare old times, and Pete stands up and takes his bow from the director's box, and the tumultuous applause that he gets is, it's a tribute to him.
Well, it's great to be in the presence of such a legendary songwriter.
Well, it most certainly is. And the last time you were in there, Pete, you remember, in fact, that was the show I recorded. It's on my DVD now at the moment. Funny Man. And Pete, you were there the night before the recording. I wish I had you in the actual night to take your bow.
Oh, you couldn't pay me enough for that.
I could always give it to you in installments. Because you'd be around for a long time.
You sure have.
Thanks again, Brendan.
Okay, Brendan, Grace.